need a remote control.
I guess we can roll with the flow.
Right.
Well, we're gonna let you introduce everybody since it's your live.
I mean, this is the what?
It's your live.
Uncommon
Sense.
Podcast. You wanna call it a live podcast?
What is it now? Uncommon
Sense.
Podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome one, welcome all. This shit is so fucking new to me.
Yeah, we don't gotta talk to them though. We just talk about the lies we were told.
Right, we don't have to talk to them. We can just talk. Turn it up. So, y'all, what was the biggest lie?
Anybody on there?
I thought we was just going, though. We just going, because they got to be able to hear us, too, and the music closer, so.
Nigga, I'm glad I don't eat meat no more. You come here smudging and jumping on your fucking slim shit. Good.
Yeah.
Alright guys, hey, welcome to Uncommon
Sense.
Podcast.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey, this is our first podcast together. Today we're gonna start with the topic of lies that we were told as kids.
The biggest lie we ever told.
Yeah, and how they influenced us and the way that we think, even the way that we act today.
Right.
And so forth. All right, so, you know, we got the lovely Q right here. My man Dre in the back. I'm Sean. And we're going to do this right. So we're going to go ladies first.
Right. Ladies first.
Yeah, whatever. Q, come on, seriously.
Biggest lie I was told. Biggest lie I was told, I'll say, was that if I obtained a college education, I would make more money. Lies. In fact, you're starting with debt if you don't have it already paid or a paid plan. So that was the biggest lie told to me. That if I go to college, I will make more money. That's not necessarily true. What do y'all think?
It's true.
Yeah, that's a big lie. There's a lot of successful people that did not go to college. Not saying there's nothing wrong with a higher education. I mean, I don't want anybody on the street trying to want to be a doctor or a lawyer without them going to school or an engineer. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, get that basis down pat. But we have to go back and even look at our ancestors' ancestors. Did they go to school? I mean, did they actually go to school
The way we did.
the way we did to build the pyramids, to different infrastructures?
Well, I got a better question. Who created school?
Well, we know who created school.
Do we?
Yeah. Palm people created school. We didn't create school.
I didn't come up with school. I know that wasn't my choice. Because, okay, when you think about it, when you think about school, right? Y'all really think about it. You think about all the people you went to school with, and everybody in the classroom. You think about where you were a C student, an A student, B student, wherever you were, right? And you think about how many dummies you went to school with, but they seem to keep passing with you some kind of way. Like that, some kind of way they was getting C's and D's and was still passing. And it was like, how are you still, like, it's next year. I know you didn't do shit last year, so kind of like, how are you still here? So then it makes you think how many doctors were seeing these students. We don't know what their grades were. We just know that they passed.
Yeah, now when they get to college now, they do keep up with those. High school, yeah. Because you have to be accepted into medical school.
Right.
So, you know, you can get your undergraduate in science, you know, Bachelor of Science, but you have to be accepted to medical school. And then you have to pass a test to get into medical school. So it's not less like you have to be accepted to pre-law. I mean, you know, law school. You just can't decide, hey, I got a bachelor's degree in arts. You know, just go over here and, you know, become a brain surgeon real quick and see how
Why
that shit
couldn't you
works.
though? You have to still you still have to study.
Well, you didn't take the prerequisite courses that you need to take.
But you could though.
I don't know if you can't do that.
Why can't you? You
Because
have to
that's
start
not the
back
way
from the
it is.
beginning.
You still have
You have to start
learn
from the beginning, right? You have to go back to the beginning and take the prerequisites.
But that's a whole nother thing.
Right, that's a whole
I mean,
nother.
right, but you
that's
can.
four- that's
I
4
get
years
that.
top- on top.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying it can be done because there are people who have more than one degree in vast areas.
It's
But
true.
I don't like how we policy education to be like, okay, automatically disqualify them because they don't have a formal education. I don't agree with that. I believe there are a lot of very smart people, including myself, who don't go the full route with the formal education because of how things are usually not all truthful that will be taught. So it's kind of like,
No, that's true too. But I mean, me personally, I think school was invented to continue to
People
indoctrinate us into their system.
Yep.
To get us to think and believe the way they want us to believe.
exactly.
You know, words are spelled, so
That's what I was trying to get to. Is the fact I don't like what they have made education. Education is beautiful. I love to learn. I love learning. I love learning. Like, but I don't like learning under their constraints. Like, basically, you're gonna charge me so much money to read a book. Essentially, that's what you're doing. You're charging me money to learn, and I can do that freely.
true. But let's look outside. Look outside of the money part. Even if it was free, what they're teaching are lies.
Right.
So they're teaching you lies, and they're teaching you
Right.
how to cast different spells on yourself as far as the things that you say, the things that you believe.
Well, we gotta see now. We gotta circle back because some people don't understand that we're speaking spells every day. Like when
Well,
you say
what's
the
the
first thing
spells?
you say every day is "Good morning." If you say "Good morning," what are you saying?
Mourning. You're mourning the death. You're sad about something. You really cursing the rest of your day to have a bad day.
Exactly. So that might have went over some people's heads when you say a spell. Like, what's a spell? Well, "Good morning" is a great example of that.
Right.
So that's why some of us choose to say "Grand Rising."
Yeah. But then when you go to school, one of the first
Things they teach you
Teach you
is to
is
say
spelling.
"Good morning,"
or spelling, yeah.
or spelling. Yeah.
Right. And not trying to tell my age, but I'm probably a little older, but we used to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yep.
So now you pledge an allegiance,
To the flag of the
to-
United States of America.
right. So
And to the republic
mhm.
for which it stands, one nation,
Because English,
under God.
math, that was going to become common sense because we need it. But social studies, no.
But all the lies they told in history, like we're not going to talk about all the lies they told in history.
I let my mama them tell me about my history.
Right. I learned from the ancestors, I guess, because I can't.
But even with English should be a big lie because the English language is the only language that you can have one word that means one thing, but you can spell it 2 or 3 different ways and give it different meanings.
Different meanings, right.
You give it a different meaning. It's not the original meaning, which if it's the original meaning, that's the meaning that sticks with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can say two, which is T-O, or two, 2-O, T-O, and all that. So you have different variations of one word with different meanings, but only that one meaning is the correct meaning. And that meaning is you're speaking a curse over yourself by saying it, then you're dooming yourself. So
Now, PE, physical education, I understand that,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they taught you how to be active.
And
Right,
should have
take
added
care of
boxing
everybody.
in there too, though.
But let's talk about physical education and how doctors taught us about the balanced, quote unquote, diet and the food pyramid and what we should eat and all of that. Those lies with all that red meat in our diet and stuff. Like,
Who's console worker? Console worker one that joins a live guest.
it's like Coco, I think. I'm sorry, y'all. We can't see.
They can't see. I can see.
Yeah, they gonna be putting people trying to do that. Get on there and do a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
But so yeah, we go through those different things. So another lie that I look at growing up and was told has to do with quote unquote religion.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you want to, kind of deviate a little bit from religion, pagan holidays. Now, we all tell, those that have children, when you were young, your parents, and you tell your children the same thing. Don't lie. Tell the truth. Don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But then with this pagan holiday, especially Christmas, you tell a lie.
Santa Claus.
Some big palm man, fat man,
It's coming down the chimney.
coming around the chimney, flying in the sky on some reindeer on a sleigh, and he gonna drop off
In all
toys.
red, by the way.
Yeah.
In all red.
Right. And he's gonna drop off
See, we
toys
was
to
always
everybody.
told Santa Claus was gonna bring the gifts. When we got grown, we knew we was gonna be the one to have to pay for it.
Right. What
As kids, y'all told us this man was gonna come down the chimney.
We need to be able to sue Santa for never
Y'all told us he was gonna come down the chimney.
never coming through like
While
he's
our parents
supposed to.
sleep.
I'm
Drop
suing
these gifts
Santa.
off.
Santa Claus.
Y'all ain't tell us that our parents had to pay for it and pay bills and pay for the gifts with their bill money.
And can we also talk about how bill money ain't bill money no more? Like I know I know I can't be the only one paying 3 times what we used to pay. A bag of chips now.
I mean,
Remember how much a bag of chips used to be? Remember when chips was 25 cents? 25 cents for a little bag. That same bag today is $1 and some change.
now
Like
the kids doing
$1.29.
good in school, go all out for them. They doing good in school, sometimes they take a sacrifice, but it's worth it. But if you got some bad kids and you buy them Jordans and your light bill gonna be cut off because you done bought him this new jacket and that outfit he wanted to get when he go out with his friends on the weekend.
Yep.
You don't get it.
You're right. So, those lies, and you look at the lies of, Thanksgiving. I mean, I know everybody likes Thanksgiving because you get a chance to love it. But there was no such thing as Indian, quote unquote Indian. We are the indigenous people. So why are we being thankful for them slaughtering us and then sitting down and having some dinner?
Exactly.
Right.
And so the lies.
Somebody lying.
The lies just go
Like,
top
some
on top
stuff
of
didn't-
each other.
It never made sense to me in school when they would say that stuff. And I'd be like, y'all believe and nothing's weird about this? Nothing. Nobody else is seeing this. Am I the only one? I don't know. I guess I woke too early. I woke too soon.
So
Never made sense to me.
What about you, Trey? What's a lie somebody told you? What you was told usually?
Well, Christmas, that was first. Halloween. I don't know.
What they tell you about Halloween?
Right.
It was just a lot.
Pretty much, we can pretty much say all holidays are pretty much lies. Like,
Yeah.
all
And the last
holidays.
one.
Halloween, that's when the devil's birthday.
I mean, it could be his birthday,
don't be
but
out there-
why am I
don't be out
celebrating?
there trick or treating because that's the devil's birthday. You don't need all this.
So which part was the lie? That was birthday, or
All of it.
All of it.
all of it?
Now I got one.
4th of July. A lot, but
Yeah, 4th
That's
of
a wrong
July.
lie.
Oh shit,
Well, no, that's a child's lie. Because I know when I was growing up,
That's
every
a
4th of
big-
July,
that's a big fat ass lie, actually.
when I was growing up, everybody made a big deal for July. In fact, you would go get outfits, your 4th of July outfit,
right.
and you would wear it.
Right,
And, you go get the
right. You had to go get the fireworks
fireworks and the sparkles and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, of course. And, like, we got one coming up on Monday, Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it labor that we're supposed to be free from labor? Or we supposed
Whose
to
day
work?
is it really?
Exactly.
My whole thing. Okay, so Independence Day. I was saying that's the biggest lie I told. But who's independent?
Well,
Whose independence are we celebrating?
with 1776, we wasn't free.
None of us, exactly.
So
So whose independence were we celebrating? Is my point. Exactly.
we wasn't free. So I don't know.
We ain't free today.
That's true too.
we ain't free today. None of us are.
That is true too.
According to the movie world, that's when the aliens came and we defeated them.
In 1776.
Right, that's when the aliens came. We defeated the aliens.
The aliens came, we defeated them, and America was.
That's what the history book might as well say, because they sold us some bullshit before, so they can do it again. Let's run it back. Let's make it aliens this time.
Yeah, but
Nobody beat them but the Americans.
In 1492, an alien sailed the ocean blue. Like, let's just right, since we just making up shit.
making up
Since
as
we
we
in
go
the spirit
along.
of making up shit, let's make it.
Yeah. But all
Fairy
lies
tale.
are designed to deceive us and keep us from who we
Keep us
really
in
are.
bondage.
Right. You know, to make it to where we're continually following in that lie, and we're teaching that lie to our children, to other people, and we just keep stacking on top of it.
A lie, built on a lie. If you're wondering why your life ain't prospering, ooh, it's probably built on a lie.
Right. And
That's
then,
a word for somebody.
And then the next thing you know, when there is some truth, I ain't gonna say the entire whole truth, but some truth starts to come out, we don't believe it because we think that's the lie.
Oh, no, maybe you was told a lie way before.
When the lie is right there,
In your face.
in our face, and we don't, we don't look at it that way. We look at it in the opposite direction.
Mhm. The best lie is built on that. The best lie is when you can hide under another lie, another lie.
Now they got these
Yes,
children
they do.
going to school 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right, they got this. My baby wakes up at 5 in the morning, Monday through Friday, so she can be to school because school starts at 7:25. In order for her to get breakfast and to get make the commute, we got to wake up at 5. Is it okay for a 12-year-old to wake up before most grown people and work more hours than most grown people? Is that fair? Is that what society has come to?
But it's work.
Right, they're training her for work basically. I said I'm gonna need y'all to start sending the check. At this point, she's going to work. I don't have to know to get up this early.
It is definitely it's work. You keep getting indoctrinated in the same thing over and over and over, and it's repeated into your head. As a child, 5 days a week, you're going to school, boom, 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 and then next thing you know, that's what you start to learn,
Exactly.
and you can't deviate from what you learn because that's all you know.
It's conditioning.
And then when other people come out with more of the truth and it's opposite of what you learn, the next thing that we call them conspiracy theorists.
Right. Oh, you always have to give a name to it. Anytime you disagree with the government, you automatically a conspiracy theorist. Automatically. If you disagree, you're on the other side.
Yeah, so you have to be careful, but the one thing that they don't want us to do, that we now have the ability to do a lot faster, is to research. Learn things for ourselves.
But everything is out there. Everything is out there in the open. Anything you need to know can be found.
Right.
Can be researched. Can be studied.
Mm-hmm. Like, you was going to school. A lot of times those textbooks, we never really read the textbooks.
If they had Google 10 and 15 years ago, which they did, but if a lot of us had more access to it, and like more better phones, more better technology, oh man.
I've always had access to it, and I've always used it for those.
See, it was a lot more harder back then because we didn't have all this technology.
I've been on computers since I know I've been on computers since I was in kindergarten.
It's very much easier.
Right now, there's really no excuse.
Information.
It's always available.
Yeah. But
You shouldn't have no dummies in 2024. In other words.
Yeah, but see,
2024.
the thing of it is not so much as being dummies. But if you don't realize that you're being told a lie, then you're not going to research it. Or you may start to think about something as being that don't make sense, but you don't know kind of where to go to try to research. You don't know what to put in the Google search to pull it up. So
Now that's something they teach you in school.
yeah, I teach you that. But so
How to research. They teach you. They actually spend all that time teaching you how to find the knowledge. They just give you the wrong knowledge in the process. So what you have to do is learn to be an independent study.
Well, again,
Cross-reference everything they teach you.
again, I'm older than these guys, about like a couple decades.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple decades.
Okay.
Damn near, just about. So they're looking at it from their point of view as far as when they were growing up. When I was growing up, we went to the library. And you had the little catalog cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't go in there and say, you know what, I was thinking that, you know, the world might not be flat. It might be really flat, not round like you said. And you can't go in there and look at a catalog card and try to find it. So there are certain things.
Actually,
No, you can't. Because the only thing it's going to tell you is it's going to give you reference to a book that dispels that it's flat.
right. But then you take that book and you cross-reference it
You're
with
not
something.
You're not
With
going to
something
be
that's on the contrary. So what I like to do, I like to go between both ends of the spectrum. So I go from the lie and I say, what's the complete opposite of that? And I go study what's the complete opposite.
But
And then I find the truth there in between.
But what I'm saying is, again, when I was growing up, we just had the library. So, right, there's no fucking computers.
That's why it's called
The library.
the library.
There you go. So there was no computers.
Oh.
So there was no going to research what we consider a lie because that's what we was taught. So we was only directed towards those books or those things that reference the lie. So I can't. I don't know it's a lie
until you know it's a
until
lie.
I know it's a lie.
You don't know it. You don't know it's a lie.
Right. So there was nobody like now we're on the podcast and live to say, hey, da 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 da. We didn't have that. You either knew the person or knew of someone that know a person that was holding some kind of, you know, function, some kind of, and hosting some kind of thing to talk about it. So it's a lot different.
Yeah.
And then by that time, when you get to a certain age, you're so engrossed in the lie.
Right.
Till sometimes you just don't, some people just don't care to find out the truth because they're looking at, hey, I got all this other stuff going on.
Right. Because what they do is you need the lie.
Mm-hmm.
They get you to need the lie. Because once I get you in a point where everything, your whole life and existence is dependent on this lie, then you just got to go with it. It's almost kind of like being in a situation where you're dealing with a wife who's dealing with like a husband that's like the breadwinner, or vice versa. It could be vice versa, I guess. But you see it more often than not where a wife is with this husband, he's the breadwinner, she doesn't have a job, and then he starts lying and cheating and doing stuff. And basically, he's just allowed to do it because he's the breadwinner and she can't really say that unless she wants to go back and start from scratch. And more women deal with that. It's kind of like that with us in the government. Pretty much because we need the government, or they got us in a place where we need the government. We have no options but to just go with what they give us. Pretty much like our presidential race right now. I feel like we're choosing between shit or doo-doo. And it's like, which one do you do? Like, well, I'm kind of thinking the shit might be shit and stinkier than the doo-doo. I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's called doo-doo. Doo-doo is very derogatory. It might be worse on the doo-doo side. Either way, it's shit. Okay? It's crap. And you don't have any better options. It's crap or crap. Okay? So what are you going to do? It's like, That's why a lot of people just stopped voting, because it stopped mattering a long time ago. Anywho, my point is, once you get in a situation where you're dependent on someone or a situation, you just go with the lie because you're dependent on it. It's like, I need this lie to make it. Like, what do we all do tomorrow if we all couldn't go to work or find resources to make money or to sustain ourselves? Like, right now, if you had to go out and grow your own food because you couldn't go to a grocery store, could you do it? Or would you have to go steal it? Or what would you do if you couldn't feed your kids or if you couldn't feed yourself all of a sudden? That's how we need to be preparing our lives. Like, can we do anything independent of the government at all? And the question is, if we can't, why can't we? If we can't, why can't we? Because we've been conditioned since the beginning of time. Since you were born, you were told what to do. They told you were a boy or a girl from day one. They told you that you had to go to school. They told you that you had to do this for X amount of time a day. You had to do that. You were always told what to do. So who would you be if you were never told what to do from the beginning? Where do you think you would be right now if you weren't told for 12 years, this is who you are, this is what you have to be, this is what you have to do, and this is how you have to do it? But at the same time, you were taught for 12 years, but you were never taught how to grow your own food. You were never taught how to build your own house. You were never taught how to create sources of transportation. You were never taught how to purify your water. You were never taught how to sustain energy. But you went to school all these years and you don't know how to sustain yourself outside of who? I don't want to be the one to say a word. Who? Can you take care of yourself? Like, just answer that question. Can you go out and grow your own food right now without a book? Without a book showing you how to do it, without Googling it, can you go out and grow? Can you go out and grow your own food to feed your children right now? Right. If you say it, we're gonna get blocked and probably banned. But it's the truth. It's the truth. Can you? Can any of us? And the question is, if we can't, why can't we? Why did we all go to school for all this time and never learn how to take care of ourselves? Independent of the big G.
That's why trade school.
OG, that's what I'm start calling OG.
That's why trade school is better.
Right. That is why trade schools are better, because they actually teach you a proficiency that you can make money from quicker. You can make money from it that day. As soon as you learn, as soon as you get that, obtain that trade and spend less money doing it, you can make money from it right away.
Carpenter, plumbing,
But if you go to school, you can create a business for yourself. But if you go to school for 16, 17, 18, 19 years, 20 years, just to learn how to work for somebody else, just to need someone else, just to be dependent on someone else. That's why we all are where we are right now. That's why nobody's happy. And that's why they can just keep saying, this is going to be your new rent price. This is going to be your new mortgage. This is going to be your new car note. This is going to be your new everything. Matter of fact, why are you paying a car note anyway? Let me ask you this. Why do you pay for water? Why do we pay for water? Why is water not free? Let me ask you this. Is oxygen free? Oxygen is free. You want to know why? Because the world creates it for us to live, because it's required for a human to sustain breath, right? So oxygen is free. Water's not free, because don't I require water to live? Huh? Do you require water to live? Do you require water to live? So why do you have to pay for it? Okay, let me ask you this. Food. You require food to live, right?
Of course.
Okay. Why you have to pay for it? I'll wait. I want somebody to answer the question. No, I want somebody to answer. Why do we pay for food? Why do you pay for water? Somebody answer the question, please. Somebody. Anybody. Why do we pay for water? Why do we pay for food? Because somebody told us we had to.
Exactly.
Why do you go to work every day? Because somebody told you have to. You want to know why you go to work every day? Because you have to pay bills. Who told you have to pay bills? Who created bills? This is where my mind be at. This is where my mind be at.
And it's all designed to not only see the lie, but then expose the lie and then find out the truth. Because if you think about it, when were you the happiest?
When you were a child.
When you was a child, I'm talking about a little child, when you had no responsibility.
Including no school.
You didn't have to go to school. All you did was get up,
I ain't been that happy
play, sleep,
go outside.
whatever the case may be. That's all you did. As an adult, have you ever noticed that if you went on vacation,
still can't enjoy yourself?
but no. But think about it for a second. You go on vacation. Outside of paying for it. You go on vacation. You on vacation. Let's say you go for a whole week, and during that week, you did not have to worry about checking emails, Zoom calls, or anything having to do with work.
Bill reminders.
And for that whole week,
gonna come out your account this day.
you got up when you wanted to. You went and did what you wanted to do. When you wanted to do it. If you want to take a nap in the middle of the day, you took a nap in the middle of the day. If you wanted to sleep till 2 o'clock in the afternoon because you didn't go to bed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon,
yes,
you could do it because you were on vacation.
On vacation.
And it made you feel refreshed. And then the first thing you do But one of the first things you do, as soon as you get ready to leave the vacation spot, the day before you start to get anxiety.
Panic. Because
I gotta go back. I don't want to go back. I gotta go back.
Start worrying about more problems. Like,
oh my God.
Right.
Man, when I tell you I was the most depressed on my way back from Jamaica, I was like, I have to go back to regular life. Like, for real. Back to the 9-to-5 hustle. Back to the constant bills and reminders and all that stuff. I can't just chill. Why can't we just chill?
And I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go with this one, and I don't want anybody to take it wrong. I'm not saying that having your own home is not a good thing. I'm not saying it. But the lie that was told behind that is that that's the American dream. Tell me, how is it a dream that I gotta pay for somewhere to live, a 30-year mortgage? Not only that, I gotta keep the upkeep on the entire home. I have to have special insurance for it because if somebody comes around and falls or hurts themselves on the property, I'm held liable and I have to pay for their hospital bills and things of that nature.
Right? Property tax.
I got to pay property tax.
And regular maintenance.
And it depends on where you live. If you have an HOA, there's only certain things that you can do, and you have to get their permission to do it.
Ooh, let me tell you about the HOA over here. They wait for you. Talking about you been parking in the street. We have a whole 2-car garage. We never park in the street, and still parking spaces in there. We never park in the street, but we getting fines for parking in the street. But nobody's been over here to verify them. So HOAs are scams. It's a scam. It's a scam.
We already know where HOA really came from. HOA really came from when the housing
holes only.
No, when they passed the law for fair housing law. That was certain people's way of keeping other certain people out of their neighborhoods.
Right. Now they can do that, but to everybody.
Right.
They can basically penalize you for being there.
So they do things, they nitpick. You left your trash can on the street too long. Your grass is too high.
Grass, yeah.
Or
but you cutting the grass every 2 weeks. What do you expect me to do?
Because the letter's coming off.
Oh, that was another fine because the letters weren't even coming off. It was just it looks old.
Or they have
mailbox look old when it doesn't look old.
Plenty people, man.
Mm-hmm. And then now something that they told you was an American dream that you worked hard to obtain can be taken by these people,
right?
Because you didn't follow.
How is that even possible?
I had to get a new mailbox at my old house. So it wasn't high enough.
Right. You want to add a fence. You got to ask them what kind of fence you can have and how high the fence can be.
What color the fence can be.
What color the fence can be.
How about this? This is your damn house. You pay for all of this stuff, and then you let me know when it's done. How about that? HOA.
Exactly.
How about that?
Exactly.
How about them apples? Okay.
It's those constant things, those constant lies that we were told every day that we adopt. And I'm not saying that all of us understand or figure out that it's a lie. But I think the frustration comes in is when we try to come up with a way to get out from under the lie.
Right. But you can't. It's a web of lies. Can you get out? Can you escape?
Well, you can't escape. When you find out the truth, you can't escape. But you have to realize that when you find a way of escape, just like that web, you have to break through that web. You just can't take it down piece by piece. You got to tear the whole thing down. So in tearing the whole thing down, that means if you have to start over or adjust your lifestyle until you get to where you want it, how you want it, are we willing to do that?
Are you?
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, hey, guys, we do appreciate you coming onto our live Uncommon Sense podcast. Hey, we're going to be dropping some of these at least 3-4 times a week, maybe even more as we're getting just started. So tune in. Let us know your comments. Send us some different topics that we want to touch on. Yep. And pretty soon we'll get to the point to where we invite other people in. We invite live questions, a dialogue back and forth. But we do remember that if it's a dialogue back and forth, it's not a dialogue to hurt one another or to tear one another down, but it's to uplift each other and get us to the point where we are self-sufficient and not depending on the lie. All right. So again, thank you guys for coming out. Love you. Stay up.
You can't turn it off. You can't turn it off. There it is.